The Revolution of Self, Unleashing Your Power to Transform the World. Welcome to a groundbreaking TED Talk that will challenge everything you thought you knew about success, fulfillment, and making a difference in the world. I'm here today to share with you some truly revolutionary insights I gained from an extraordinary conversation with the visionary Chelle Monk, a trailblazer who's redefining what it means to lead, succeed, and create lasting change. Chelle Monk isn't just an entrepreneur or a thought leader. She's a force of nature, a catalyst for transformation who's igniting a global movement of self-empowerment and social change. Her work has touched the lives of thousands, inspiring individuals to tap into their inner strength and reshape not just their own lives, but the very fabric of our society. The wisdom she shared with me isn't just thought-provoking, it's world-changing. And today, I'm going to share it with you. Let's start with the question that might make you uncomfortable. Are you truly showing up for yourself? And I mean really showing up. Not just going through the motion. It's not just checking boxes, but fully embracing who you are and what you're capable of. If you're like most people, your answer might be a hesitant no, and that's okay. Because today, we're going to explore why that no might be holding you back from not just personal success, but from making the impact on the world you're truly capable of. Now, I know what you're thinking. Showing up for myself, isn't that selfish? Shouldn't I be focused on others, on my work, on changing the world? It's a natural reaction. We've been conditioned to believe that success and making a difference are all about sacrifice, about putting others first, about grinding ourselves down in the name of a greater good. But what if I told you that this widely accepted belief is not just wrong, but actively harmful? What if I told you that the key to true success, to real lasting change, to creating a life of purpose and impact lies not in sacrificing yourself, but in fully embracing and nurturing yourself? This is the revolutionary idea at the heart of our discussion today. It's an idea that flies in the face of conventional wisdom, that challenges our deepest assumptions about what it means to be successful, to be a leader, to be a force for good in the world. And it's an idea that has the power to transform not just your life, but the lives of everyone around you, and ultimately the world itself. Let's break this down. When we talk about showing up for ourselves, we're not talking about selfishness or narcissism. We're talking about building a strong foundation of self-awareness, self-care, and personal growth. It's about creating a life that aligns with our values and goals rather than constantly chasing external validation or societal expectations. Think about it like this. When you're on an airplane, what does the flight attendant always say about oxygen masks? Put your own mask on first before assisting others. There's profound wisdom in this simple instruction. If we're not taking care of ourselves, if we're not breathing freely, how can we possibly have the energy, the clarity, or the resources to truly help others? This concept is especially crucial in the world of entrepreneurship, leadership, and social change. The journey of building a business, leading a team, or fighting for a cause is incredibly challenging. It's filled with setbacks, doubts, and moments of uncertainty. If we're not grounded in a strong sense of self, these challenges can easily overwhelm us. But here's where it gets really interesting. When we prioritize our own growth and well-being, something magical happens. We become more resilient. We become more creative. We become more capable of weathering storms and seizing opportunities. And most importantly, we become more authentic versions of ourselves. Let me share with you a powerful example that illustrates this point. Consider the story of Michelle Lewis, known as the Visibility Vixen. Michelle's journey is a testament to the power of showing up for yourself and creating a life aligned with your values. Michelle faced numerous setbacks in her career, including discrimination and the theft of her ideas. These challenges could have easily broken her spirit and derailed her ambitions. But instead of giving up, Michelle chose to reinvent herself. She focused on creating a life that aligned with her values, starting her podcast, Visibility Vixen, and developing courses to help others achieve visibility. Now, here's the crucial part. By focusing on her own growth and aligning her work with her values, Michelle didn't just help herself. Her podcast and courses have helped thousands of women, and she's become a respected figure in the entrepreneurial space. By showing up for herself, she created a platform that allows her to show up for others in a much more impactful way. This story beautifully illustrates one of the key insights from my conversation with Chelle Monk. Self-fulfillment is foundational. It's not just about feeling good, it's about creating a sustainable and fulfilling professional or entrepreneurial journey that has the power to change lives. But let's dig deeper. How exactly does showing up for yourself translate into greater success and fulfillment? It all comes down to empowerment through self-care. When we prioritize our own well-being, physical, mental, and emotional, we become more resilient. We're better equipped to face challenges in our careers, our businesses, and our fight for change. Think about it. When you're well rested, when you're taking care of your health, when you're nurturing your mind with new ideas and perspectives, don't you feel more capable of tackling difficult tasks? Don't you feel more creative, more energized? This isn't just feel good talk, it's backed by research. Studies have shown that self care practices like regular exercise, mindfulness, and adequate sleep can significantly improve cognitive function, emotional regulation, and overall productivity. But there's another layer to this that's equally important: creating a life of autonomy. When we focus on personal development and self awareness, we start to build a life that's less dependent on external validation and more rooted in our intrinsic values and goals. This is crucial, especially in today's world where social media and societal pressures can easily make us feel like we're constantly falling short. By developing a strong sense of self and aligning our actions with our values, we create a kind of internal compass that guides us through life's challenges and opportunities. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. This all sounds great in theory, but how does it work in the real world? How can focusing on myself actually benefit others? Let me share another powerful example that illustrates this principle in action. Consider the importance of mentorship and networking in personal and professional growth. Many successful individuals credit their mentors and networks with helping them overcome challenges and achieve their goals. But here's the thing: to be a good mentor, to build meaningful professional relationships, you need to have done the work on yourself first. When you've invested in your own growth, when you faced your own challenges and learned from them, you have so much more to offer others. Your advice comes from a place of authenticity and experience. Your network becomes more valuable because you're bringing your whole authentic self to those relationships. This is where showing up for yourself starts to create a ripple effect. As you grow and develop, you become better equipped to lift others up. You're not just climbing the ladder of success, you're building an elevator that can bring others along with you. But let's be clear: this journey of self discovery and personal growth isn't always easy. It requires courage, it requires vulnerability. It often means challenging deeply ingrained beliefs about success and self worth. And sometimes it means facing systemic barriers that can make this journey more challenging for some than for others. This brings me to another crucial point that Chelle Monk emphasized in our conversation: the importance of addressing systemic inequality and promoting diversity and inclusion in all industries. You see, showing up for yourself isn't just an individual act, it's also about creating environments where everyone has the opportunity to do so. Systemic barriers can prevent individuals from achieving their full potential, whether it's discrimination, lack of access to resources, or deeply ingrained biases. These obstacles can make the journey of self discovery and personal growth much more challenging for some individuals and communities. But here's where it gets interesting. By showing up for ourselves and doing the work of personal growth, we become better equipped to recognize and challenge these systemic barriers. We develop the empathy, the awareness, and the courage needed to create more inclusive and equitable spaces. This is where personal growth intersects with social responsibility. As we become more self aware and aligned with our values, we're more likely to notice injustice and inequality around us. And because we've done the work on ourselves, we're in a better position to take meaningful action. Consider the impact of creating more inclusive and equitable work environments. When everyone feels valued, when everyone has the opportunity to show up as their authentic selves, the entire organization benefits. Innovation flourishes, productivity increases, employee satisfaction skyrockets. It's a win win situation that starts with individuals committed to their own growth and the growth of others. Now, I want to circle back to something I mentioned earlier: the idea that showing up for yourself allows you to create a life that no one can take away from you. This is perhaps one of the most powerful benefits of this approach to personal and professional development. When your sense of worth, your satisfaction, and your direction in life come from within, when they're rooted in your values and your personal growth, external circumstances have less power over you. Setbacks become learning opportunities rather than devastating blows. Criticism becomes a chance for reflection rather than a source of self doubt. This internal locus of control is incredibly empowering. It allows you to navigate the ups and downs of your career or business with greater resilience and grace. It gives you the courage to take risks, to innovate, to challenge the status quo. Because at the end of the day, you know that your worth isn't determined by external success or failure, but by your commitment to showing up for yourself and others. But let's be clear. Showing up for yourself isn't about isolation or self centeredness. It's about building a strong foundation that allows you to connect more authentically with others and contribute more meaningfully to your community and your field. Think about the most inspiring leaders, innovators, and change makers you know. Chances are they're individuals who have done significant work on themselves. They faced their fears, challenged their limiting beliefs, and committed to ongoing personal growth. This inner work is what allows them to show up fully in their professional lives and make a real impact. As we approach the end of our time together, I want to leave you with a challenge that has the potential to not just change your life, but to ripple out and change the world around you. I challenge you to start showing up for yourself unapologetically and wholeheartedly starting today. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you've achieved that next big goal, but right now in this moment. What does this look like? It might mean setting aside time each day for self reflection or meditation. It might mean having that difficult conversation you've been putting off. It might mean pursuing that passion project you've always dreamed about but never had the courage to start. Whatever it is for you, I want you to commit to it. Commit to it with the same fervor and dedication you bring to your work, your relationships, your dreams for a better world. Because here's the truth, by showing up for yourself, by nurturing your own growth and well being, you're not just benefiting yourself, you're increasing your capacity to show up for others. You're building the resilience and authenticity needed to create real, lasting change in the world. Imagine a world where everyone was fully showing up for themselves. A world where people were operating from a place of self awareness, self compassion, and alignment with their deepest values. How would that change our workplaces, our communities, our approach to global challenges? The potential is staggering, and it all starts with you. It starts with each of us making the radical choice to prioritize our own growth and well being, not out of selfishness, but out of a deep understanding that this is how we become our most powerful, most impactful selves. So I ask you, how will you show up for yourself today? What step will you take right now to create a life that aligns with your values and goals? A life that no one can take away from you. Remember, this isn't just about you. By showing up for yourself, you're showing up for all of us. You're contributing to a ripple effect of authenticity, resilience, and positive change that has the power to transform our world. The revolution starts within. It starts with you. Are you ready to join it? Thank you.